Well, Kelly's Court is back in session. On the docket today, a kick to the head, a high five, and the high-speed chase that could cost one police officer his badge. A gang member goes flying through the Los Angeles streets at speeds topping 80 miles an hour. Watch this sedan. Blowing red lights, driving onto sidewalks, going against traffic, and finally crashing, then bailing out of the car on foot. Watch it. Now he takes off. 23-year-old Richard Rodriguez was the driver, a reputed member of the El Monte street gang tied to the Mexican mafia and already on parole when this whole thing happened. Cornered, Rodriguez finally throws himself on the grass and hits the deck, surrendering. Then comes this. The police officer first on scene kicks him in the head, and then after the arrest is effected, he goes on to high-five his comrade. Now the ACLU wants this guy's badge, and they want that police officer behind bars. So, do they have a point? Let's ask our panel. Former prosecutor John Silbor and Fox News legal analyst Mercedes Cohen. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Now, this has made headlines here on Fox News for a couple of days now, and it's escalating. Now they're saying the LAPD is getting involved, the FBI is involved, the ACLU wants him suspended immediately, and wants criminal charges against the cop. Jonna, do they have a point?
They certainly do. I mean, there is so much wrong with this picture making. I almost don't know where to start. But let me start with this analogy. Police brutality is a lot like secondhand smoke. None of us are safe from it if we allow it to go on. Granted, this guy, did something wrong and he got the ire of this police officer. But there's nothing stopping him or somebody like him from going ballistic during a routine traffic stop. We have to keep it in check. This guy, this suspect, absolutely has a point. It should not have been treated like a dog.
By the way, the second officer on the scene who you saw sort of punching him there, he was hitting him with a flashlight, as it turns out. He's also under investigation. Mercedes, does the ACLU have a point here? Was this cop clearly out of line?
Absolutely not. This is not Rodney King when you see the arms, legs, and batons flailing. This is a cop, granted, he's a little adrenalized. He wins in this chase. I mean, the perp is going out there and putting the LA residents at risk when he's driving 80 miles per hour on sidewalks. Why don't we line up those LA residents so they can kick him in the head too? Any of those individuals that he imperiled in this wild chase that he deserves, well, maybe he doesn't deserve a kick in the head, but certainly the cop, maybe a little sensitivity training. But this is not something that's outrageous. It's not excessive. They're trying to arrest him. Clearly, they're trying to subdue him. Look, he's resisting. You can see where the cop is actually hitting him on the side.
But Mercedes, before we get to John, what people say is he's already surrendered. He had already thrown himself down on the grass. So why the need for the kick?
No, I mean, certainly it was an adrenalized response, no doubt. He was angry. I'm sure the cop was angry. But, hey, that's one kick. He obviously controlled himself. It's not that he shot him in the head. He didn't taser him in his privates. This is a police officer that needs a little training, but not certainly to lose his job. This is the most thankless job ever in America.
It's true. John, we should know empathy for what police officers go through. This guy's terrorizing the Los Angeles citizens. 85 miles an hour on sidewalks where little children walk. He's a gang member, reputed to be connected with the Mexican mafia. He's flashing gang signs at the cops as they're chasing him. He takes off on foot. We don't know what he was yelling to the cop when the cop ran up to him. The cop's adrenaline is flowing. He's obviously angry. Can we give him no understanding for one kick? It's not like he beat the hell out of this guy. One kick.
No, and here's why. This guy was originally going to be pulled over for a minor traffic violation. I can understand if he had just robbed a bank or run down, a bunch of kids on the sidewalk. These cops knew that he was on parole, and they were just trolling for some sort of trouble, and they got it. It's just as much the police officer's fault for causing harm or potential harm to all the other motorists as it was this suspect. It doesn't excuse their behavior.
That purpose on this sidewalk putting people at risk. The fact that this cop got a little angry and reacted that way is understandable. To lose his job and everything else, that's outrageous, John. I mean, honestly, he deserved a little. Maybe he didn't deserve a kick to the head, but certainly it's understandable for that cop.
John, what about the fact that these cops, I looked up, in the past year or so, LA cops have been shot by at least 2 gang members. You've got to get yourself in the head of the police officer. They know this guy's a gang officer. That's our understanding. He knows this guy is out of control. He's clearly a lawbreaker. We don't know what he was saying to him as he came up. The guy turned his head the cop as he's approaching him, as you can understand one would do.
Right.
But is there, under those circumstances, is the ACLU right to be pushing for the cop to be put behind bars?
You know, I get what you're saying. I absolutely do. But under these circumstances, when the guy is spread eagle, flat out, you don't kick him in the head. You charge him up the wazoo. They had him. Handcuff him, charge him with evading, charge him with breaking the law, and then take him in and do it the right way. That's what the problem is. And save the sensitivity training for the soccer coaches and the brownie leaders. If you carry a gun, this guy needs more than sensitivity training.
He didn't shoot him in the head.
You guys, I want to put the mugshot up, hopefully, so the viewers can see the damage that was done to this guy. Mercedes, I want to ask you before we go. We don't have it. That's unfortunate. Well, he's got a black eye. It's not that bad, but it is the black eye. Mercedes, you know, he really could have done serious damage to that suspect, kicking him hard in the head.
I mean, well, he had a head on. I'm sure he was adrenalized. He was upset. He gets a pass. I mean, certainly anybody looking at this.
A pass altogether, you give him?
Not. Well, if he's already on administrative duty. They've already removed his guns. He's going to go through some counseling. He's going to be disciplined. So there are going to be some procedural issues that he's going to be facing internally at the police department. But to lose his job, go and get criminal charges, please. This kid, this suspect, 23-year-old, is reportedly in the Mexican mafia, or at least affiliated with the Mexican mafia.
Yeah, and he's got a long rap sheet. He's been in and out of prison for violence, narcotics-related crimes, possession of a switchblade, felony eluding, fleeing from police, stealing a car, possession of controlled substance, and on it goes. Jonas Bilbor, Mercedes Cohen, good debate as always. Thank you. One final word for our viewers. One can certainly understand this police officer's adrenaline flowing, but he was out of line. He should be reprimanded, and that's it. I mean, really, is it so hard to understand how he could have stepped over the line for a moment and then he regained control? Do the police deserve no understanding from those they protect, including the ACLU? Let's hold him responsible. He should be suspended for a period, but keep our anger directed at the right person here, and that's the criminal gang member who terrorized this community. We'll be right back.
Where does beautiful hair come from?